This is Athlete Beyond for the ones chasing the dream, living it, or learning how they are after it. From college to pro to what's next, these are the stories behind the stats and the strength beyond the sport. My name is Lene Harper, and this podcast will not only tell my story, but the story of the 99%, the majority of athletes chasing their dreams and aiming for success. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Athlete Beyond. This is Lene Harper. Now, I just want to ask you a question. If your career depended on someone else speaking on your behalf in a room that you've never even been in, who would? This matters most when you're trying to climb that ladder. And I want you to know that your talents will open the door, but the relationship that you build will hold it open. Athletes are taught to train, perform, and only focus on their craft, but very few are taught how to build influence, connection, and opportunity through relationships. Y'all, it's so important to keep in mind that your network can speak for you, it will fight for you, and open rooms your resume can't. I wish I had picked this up early in my career, but I didn't realize how important it was just until a few years ago. If I can go back in time to my early 20s, I would have networked as much as I could. It would have put me in a better position. Personally, I've always been hesitant to network. Stepping out of my comfort zone and building relationships just wasn't easy for me. But over time, I've learned that you have to be your biggest fan. You have to advocate for yourself. And eventually, I went into those rooms with my head held high, speaking confidently about who I was and what I do. Not in a boastful way, but in a powerful way that's so inspiring. Competing in great performances are not the only way to receive opportunities. Opportunities are also negotiating conversations. It's important to conduct yourself as a business person no matter what you do and who you are, especially now for athletes receiving NIL deals, or if you're a professional athlete trying to secure a contract. Always make sure that you're setting yourself up for the future. It's important to understand that as you go through this process, always see yourself and act as a negotiator. Everything at this point in your career is to make decisions that will set you straight for the rest of your life. Remember, coaches, teams, agents, managers, and brands will work you to death to get every penny out of you, but make sure that you're working them too. I've had agents who gave bare minimum effort. I've had coaches who tried to taint my career, but after a while, I did the work ahead of time to ensure that I got everything I wanted. Sometimes as athletes, we fail to realize that we are the prize and that everyone works for us. If this doesn't work for you, then you can certainly move around. Now, you're going to have to make some sacrifices and you're going to have to compromise. Everything is not going to be in your world, but you don't have to sell your soul to be successful. As you go through this, it's important to realize that impressions are so important. People will remember how well you treated them more than your talents. This has gotten me into rooms that I wouldn't even have imagined. But because I am always so nice, I'm always hardworking and always professional, everyone wants to work with me. When you treat people the right way, those people will turn opportunities into favors to get you into rooms that you wouldn't have been able to get into without those relationships. Through conversation, promises will be made, but until that is written down for a contract, I would not believe it, y'all. Coaches and agents and teams, they will do anything or tell you anything to persuade you to commit to their vision. But nothing is final until it's written and signed by both parties involved. I made the mistake in my past going off what others may have told me or what I thought was guaranteed, but y'all, nothing is ever guaranteed. I saved myself so much time by only putting in effort into what will only serve me in the long run. The sport that you love will be here today and could be gone tomorrow, but your network is your insurance policy for the long haul. So every day, ask yourself, are you building connections or just collecting contacts? Be the person when you need a favor, there is no question that if it will be done. For a long time, I was just collecting contacts. I had a long list of people, powerful people in my phone, but never used it, never reached out. Too afraid to build that connection. I didn't learn until 2 years ago that those relationships that I've built, if I would have connected back then and now, I would have been further along. So this is what I've learned with networking. There are certain things that you will have to commit to as well. Remember, both parties want to benefit from that mutual agreement. Teamwork always wins in the end. While you go through this process, be sure to have someone to give you a second opinion. Don't always agree with what is being said, but do your own research. Before I signed with any team overseas, I spoke with previous players from that team to learn about their experience. I wanted to truly know what I was getting myself into. Y'all, teams and agents will literally sell you a dream, not knowing that that dream could literally turn into a nightmare. And while you're dealing with a nightmare, they are definitely enjoying their lives. Everyone would tell you that, hey, it's going to be okay, don't worry about it. But that doesn't help guide you through those experiences. For example, let's get into it. Let's talk overseas basketball. I made plenty of mistakes with the process of contracts, agreements, you name it. My second year pro, I signed a contract to play in EuroLeague. Y'all, EuroLeague is the highest league to play in overseas. I signed a fully guaranteed contract for 1 year. At some point during the season, the team wanted to make changes. Now, that is very common as you play internationally. But I wasn't worried at all because I knew my contract was guaranteed. But business as usual, they began to conduct shady business. So on my own, I decided to go home and we came to a mutual agreement. We decided on a number, but stated in the contract that if not paid by a specific date, I will still be guaranteed my fully guaranteed contract. Everything seems good, right? Well, y'all, I never got my money. In fact, I went back to the contract and saw everything was written down, but because I did not have the executed contract, I never got my money to this day. So I say that to say, no matter the type of work you're conducting, make sure that you always have their signature and yours too. I know most don't want to read those long contracts, but it saves headaches in the long run. I can go on and on and on and on about contracts, but we'll save that for another episode. All right, so let's recap. Y'all write it down. Confirm what's being discussed. Record it. Make sure you have everything that's being negotiated on paper. You have to have proof. Get all of the important signatures. Above all, be your biggest fan and sell your own story. You want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for the future. And lastly, make sure that you have the right people in your corner. You can never be too outspoken when it comes to the benefits that are needed to help you perform and feel safe. If you're working with someone who doesn't see your worth, y'all let them go. That doesn't go for just coaches or teams, but that goes for agents too. The loyalty is only as good as what they give you. And so always be sure to make sure that you're looking out for yourself no matter what. All right. Now that I've entered into my 30s, my head is more clear now. I have more wisdom, and I understand, most importantly, how to decipher what situations to be a part of and also what's not good for me. No one will ever understand that but me. But no one will ever be able to understand what it's like to walk in my shoes. And that goes for you too. No one can ever tell you how you feel because you're the only one that's walking through that journey. So stand up for yourself. And no matter what, know that you can never go wrong betting on you. If you're going through this right now, know that it doesn't matter where you start in the race, nor does it matter where you finish. But as long as you're competing every single day to be a better you, everything will work out in your favor. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Y'all gonna go through a lot. Y'all gonna face a lot of challenges, trials, and it's gonna get hard. It's gonna test your faith, but you gotta stick to the grind. You got to have faith, and you got to see the bigger picture. Y'all, I've been fortunate enough to play across 30 different countries. I've been able to play in the WNBA. But beyond that, as I'm entering my 30s, I've been seeing that there is a different space to be successful professionally. Y'all, I have friends that have played either at the collegiate level or professionally in basketball or any sport that they have played. It didn't work out for them. But now I see them being so successful as a commentator, as a referee, as a coach, as an AD, as an entrepreneur, writing their own books. And they've turned out as amazing people with amazing careers. So I say that to say, no matter what, that can be you too. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe. I hope y'all are enjoying Athlete Beyond because I certainly am. But I want to hear from you. So let me know if you have any topics that you want me to touch on. If anybody that you want to see appear on our podcast, this platform is strictly for you. See y'all next time.